Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Paperboat and VampyWorm on King Sejong Station. In the bottom right side of the map we have the orange Protoss player. It is VampyWorm representing Team Ascension. And in the top left side of the map we have the red Zerg player. It is Paperboat from Flipside Academy. That's what that F3AC means. Somebody informed me of that about a week ago. And now I know. See, isn't it great to learn things? Isn't it great to have new information get into your brain and then stick there forever and ever and ever? And I'm sure in 50 years when I'm super duper old, I'll remember that F3AC means Flipside Academy, but I won't know what it is. That's how memory works, everybody. Looks like a very standard gateway opening here for VampyWorm. Ka-ching! And going to be a what are... Ah, okay. Doop. So it is going to be a hatch for a second there. I wasn't quite sure what was going on for Paperboat, but yep. Definitely a hatch first play here out of our red Zerg player. Nothing really to worry about. Legacy of the Void going hatch first. Sometimes players will try to forge first you and wreck your house, but you can actually get out of that a lot easier than you could back in the Heart of the Swarm version of this game. So there's the gateway coming on up. There's one gas being taken by the VampyWorm, and I assume a Nexus here because as soon as he scouts... Oh, it's a 3-hatch. Oh, Paperboat going 3-hatch before Extractor? Was that before? I think that was before, you guys. Alright, so 3-hatch before Extractor. This was scouted beautifully by VampyWorm, or at least it should be. So he's here. He says, alright, go see if there's a spawning pool. Probe, I hereby command you, go thou and seest if there be a spawning pool. Fine, don't do it. Don't do it. See if I care. There's a spawning pool now, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like VampyWorm should know that that's there based on timings. There is an Nexus coming up and an cybernetics core. For the VampyWorm, a second assimilator, pylon, all the great stuff you need as a Protoss player to succeed in the year 2016. Paperboat is currently working on that spawning pool. He really should make a queen or two or possibly three. He's just going queenless opener. I don't really recommend that one. Trying to kill the spawning pool, very difficult on that one. First Adept on the way for the Vampy. If this is a pair of Adepts, I do have a list of pair of Adept names that we can use. Just don't have... much cause to use them, I guess, is what I would say. So I'm not sure how fast we'll get through that one. The Reaper list, on the other hand, definitely going to be used every day, it seems like. Anyway, Overlord scouting on in, does see what's happening, sees the Nexus. It is not a one-base play from his orange opponent. I do like the orange. It accents pretty well with the natural yellow of the Protoss. Adept holding that line. Vampy is not being aggressive with the Adept. Going to go ahead and play defense with it just for a minute or so. Going for that Twilight Council here at the 2-minute mark. That is excellent. Speed on the way for Paperboat. And just macroing up Harvester count 24 to 25 in favor of VampyWorm. Overlord's in great positions to see exactly what's going on. I guess they don't see the Twilight Council, which is kind of a bummer, because you probably should see what tech structures your opponent has, especially if they're Protoss, but that's A-OK. 5 workers at a time. Paperboat feels very safe, extraordinarily safe, considering he went 3-hatch before Extractor before pool, but it's working out for him. I was going to say that. Robotics facility on the way, along with the Twilight Council for VampyWorm. Second Extractor and third Extractor being taken by a Paperboat. Inject. Come on, Flipside Academy. There's the inject. You learned how to do that at Flipside Academy, didn't you? Income is now 33 to 32. Paperboat has lead, but 6 workers on the way, and that is a Dark Shrine, ladies and gents. Dark Shrine out of VampyWorm. So, Robotics facility, Twilight Council, and okay, so Twilight Council into Dark Shrine. So I wonder if this is some kind of an Archon drop. We have seen that style before in PvZs on my channel. I don't know. So these speedlings get right on in, and unfortunately for these probes, there's really nothing to defend here. Mothership Core shows up. Should she use a Photon Overcharge? I do not know. Lings, don't get up there. Just run. Just go home. Try to stay alive. No, the ping pong ball gets another victim. Mothership Core ends up getting a kill. Very happy with herself there. Look at that crazy crystal thing hanging down from the bottom of the Mothership Core. Isn't that weird? I think it's kind of weird. Anyway, Baneling Nest coming up for Paperboat. He's also getting Pneumatized Carapace, which means Baneling drops. To me, that's what that means. But Dark Shrine, I'm not sure if it's going to be DTs or Archons, just because you can't turn 2 DTs into an Archon. And yeah, so Warp Prism heading out. Okay, watch this. Here we go. Warp Prison moving on out. I almost think like straight up DTs would be really good right here, because I don't see any sign of an Overseer. I don't see any sign of a Spore Crawler. Oh boy, this could be bad. So let's see what VampyWorm does here. Let's see what he does. And he's making an Archon. Okay, so he's making an Archon. 2 Archons. So it is going to be an Archon drop. I just feel like DTs, again, would have been a little bit more efficient, but Archon's not bad either. So Ling's here, Queen's here. There's a Spire on the way, but here comes Monsieur VampyWorm. VampyWorm trying to head on out and kill his opponent with Archons, which is nice because Archons do extra damage to everything that Zerg has, being biological. Alright, so let's see how effective this thing is. Ling's taking that zone like a watchtower. Nobody really bothering with this one over here. Nobody likes their style. Ling's ready to go, and I just think that might be enough Lings to get a full surround on the Archons and kill them. Does he want to land? He gets good positioning. The Ling's going for it, and they decide not to go for it here. Queen really wants to kill that Warp Prism. Can't get it. The Archons take her down. Great positioning here, though. Baneling's exploding, doing some damage. Oh, is it enough? No, he picks it up. The Archon Micro by VampyWorm. Majestic there. Absolutely. 19 kills, 18 kills. Getting the Spire. Going to have to cancel that thing. Cancel it. There's the cancel. Everybody left here except for a couple drones. 2 specifically. Baneling Nest getting killed here too. I don't know. Like a Roach Warren's on the way. A few Spine Crawlers coming out too for Paperboat. But how does he deal with this thing? As tech structures are dying, drones are dying, Ling's going right after this lair. This is a little bit more effective, I think, than VampyWorm was planning on. But no, it doesn't even manage to leave the Archons here. The Zealots are going to deal with this stuff. The Archons will come to deal with this particular base. Ling's trying to find a place to go. They could probably force a cancel on this base, which is nice. I mean, not super game-changing, but it is nice. Another Archon coming up. Evolution Chamber getting stabbed in the face. There's the cancel on the 3rd, but I think that's A-okay for VampyWorm. It's 44 to 48 total Harvesters. Not many workers have died for Paperboat, mind you. He did get them out of there pretty darn quickly. This poor Queen trying to run for her life just gets exploded. Ling's on up here, trying to get through this base. Can they kill this Adept? And in fact, they can. Lings are inside. Oh no, the lair does explode. More and more drones are dying. The Archon's trying to decide what they want to kill, kind of hanging out. I assume Vampy's attention is back here. Banelings morphing in at the same time. Everybody forced to run. Lings, is this turning into a base race? Photon Overcharge. 1 and 2. Any more available for the Mothership Core? Yes, there is still one here. Banelings, can they get the hits? Not really. Not especially. Spinecrawler versus Archon. Can the Spines win this fight? If they focused on the same one, maybe they could. Zealot's going after that hatch. And yeah, Lings, actually there are a large number of Lings still here, which seems like a problem. Archon does pop out, gets 8 kills, gets 11 kills, and then explodes to the Lings. Nope, Archons did manage to get through that Spinecrawler wall just as they were attempting to do. Lings absolutely pummeling this probe line though. 29. So it's 36 to 18 Harvesters. How does Paperboat have that many workers left? Oh, he has them hiding. He's hiding them is what he is doing. So, I mean, VampyWorm production tab shows probes, which seems like a problem. 49 workers for VampyWorm have been destroyed. Mothership Core with Photon Overcharge is definitely needed here. There it is. Throw down the Photon Overcharge. Just do it. And there we go. Lings trying to get through. And like 1, 2, 3 got through. Adept holding the line. Excellent positioning as well. Drones forced to retreat. Some roaches did manage to pop out somehow for Paperboat. So that's excellent news. But this base, the main base, the Nexus, is gone. Ling's trying to take down that assimilator. But it looks like the infestation has been taken care of. VampyWorm doesn't have anything really else to worry about here. Paperboat managed to keep that base. Again, it's 25 to 6 workers, so Paperboat's not completely dead, despite the fact that I think he's lost more buildings, which is a bit of a bummer for him. Zealots landing on top of roaches, just not where they want to be. I mean, if they're in a warp prism, they say to themselves, please don't drop me on roaches. Drop me pretty much anywhere else, and I'll be okay. Maybe not lurkers either. Lurkers are bad, but roaches especially, man, don't do that. They do extra good against us for reasons unknown. All right, so VampyWorm lost his main Nexus, does have his second Nexus, lost his third Nexus. Both players are just kind of restarting here. Another Queen dies. That Archon has some good kills to its name, that's for sure. Maybe take out these Overlords, try to supply block your opponent. I don't know. Both players just seem kind of afraid to do anything right now. Expand. You have so many idle workers. Flip side Academy teachers would be so disappointed in you. Sporecrawler coming on up. Yes, the Archon is trying to take out these Overlords. How many kills do you have, Archon? 32! 32 kills! That's insanity. Come on, Sporecrawler. Finish. Finish. And it does finish. Getting some nice shots off on that Warp Prism. Pop, pop. But the Warp Prism can pick up from far away now. Again, 42 Roaches trying to get that great surround. No, can he save the Archon? Yes, he saves it. Shots to the face from the Sporecrawler, but I believe that was totally and utterly worth it. Stalkers, Adepts mixed on in Mothership Core here. Spawning pool does explode, and pushing on out is Paperboat with roaches. So army right now, we have 10 roaches, an overseer, versus 1 zealot, 1 archon, 2 adepts, and 3 stalkers. I mean, with photon overcharge, I think VampyWorm has that. Defender's advantage being what it is for PvZ. Again, why aren't you doing anything? Go expand somewhere. Does he completely forget you existed? There's an idle worker button right there. Right there. I just don't know if Paperboat can get up that ramp. He can definitely go ahead and try to mess with this base. That's good. Forcing a cancel there, but I don't know if he can get up here is the problem. Is he going to try? Paperboat, you're going to try, man? I don't know. One adept dies very easily. Is this kind of a trap? There it is. VampyWorm now throws down the photon overcharge, trying to lull the Zerg player into a false sense of security. Stalkers chasing them all the way home, but not too far away from those photon overchargeable things. Observer here, Hydralisk Den there. I think, yeah, he can. Oh no, we can't see that. It's just out of the range. Just out of the range. Archon wants more kills. Archon is thirsty, man. Archon wants Zerg blood for sure. So a Roach Hydra play, a lot better at busting up this ramp, is what I'm trying to say. But it's only one base, unfortunately, for Paperboat. It's one base to one base. Again, he has a huge number of drones here, but he's not using them for anything. Paperboat, why? Why are you not expanding? Why are you not using those guys to mine? He did block off the mine extract, or the extractor point here with a spawning pool, which I assume was a panic move, unfortunately. But we have an Immortal Archon push, trying to see what it can do versus these Zergy players. The Queen does get a kill, killing the Observer. VampyWorm is in the blind on that one. All right, so let's keep an eye on this thing. This seems to be the most interesting unit on the field right now. Better now. That's a lot of Roach Hydra, man. I just don't know. He's trying to do the Warp Prism magic stuff, but he's just so outnumbered. I don't know. I mean, I guess if the Archon's getting shots on Roaches, that adds up pretty quickly. It's just you are taking shots from the Hydra. The Ravager tries to Corrosive Bile you and misses absolutely terribly. Another base on the way for VampyWorm. So especially one base versus 3 base, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. How does he forget that he has just a ton of drones hanging out doing absolutely nothing? The minimap shows you they're there. Your idle workers button shows you that they're there. This is giving me anxiety. All right, so small attack from Paperboat. He does have Hydras with muscular augments. He does have Roaches. He has a couple Overseers. DTs won't be particularly effective in this situation. Some Lings trying to hold this down like a watchtower. Warp Prism. I mean, maybe the Warp Prism finds these and puts them out of their misery. Oh, he figured it out like 5 minutes after. Ugh, Paperboat. That hurts my soul. Hurts my soul. Okay, now the question is, can VampyWorm save this third base? Because if he can't, he's in a lot of trouble. He's effectively going to get mined out here fairly soon. That's just a lot of DPS. All right, here we come. Archons and Stalkers. That's a lot of damage coming out from Paperboat right now. And yes, VampyWorm does decide to retreat, losing a Stalker there. Photon Overcharge comes up. It doesn't hit anything because Paperboat's not going to follow you that far. There's a DT here, but it dies instantly. Archon's just trying to stand on in and do this thing, but no, the Archons are both dead. Another couple Archons and an Immortal out there kill a Hydralisk. The Hydras in the back are really what is doing most of the damage here, and a couple Lings coming in to assist with the Immortals at the same time. But look at this. VampyWorm, I think, has a bit of an advantage here, and he does force Paperboat to retreat. Immortal here with 7 kills to its name. Ravager with a single 1. Expansion would be nice. I guess he is expanding back to his natural base, which isn't the best place to do it, but that's a-okay. And yeah, that third base was saved. That's the big deal for VampyWorm right now. So he's actually mining off of 2 bases while his opponent is mining off of 1 and is oversaturated at that one at that. 51 to 67 total harvester count. 29 to 33 up there for the VampyWorm as well. And here comes the Warp Prism again. This is kind of insane. 7 kills and 3 kills. And it's just now the Lings are following. So if there are Lings down there when your Immortal drops, that is not what you want to see as an Immortal. That's what the Immortal says. Don't drop me where there are Zerglings. That would make me very sad indeed. Long distance mining here is Paperboat because he recognizes he's so oversaturated on that third base. But here comes a ragtag group of Archons, of Stalkers, of Zealots, of an Immortal. Trying to see what they can see. And good positioning here on the Immortals. Corrosive Bile once again not hitting much of anything. to speak of. Reinforcements coming on up to assist with this. Army supply is 31 to 46. VampyWorm has a definite lead on that one and a lead on the worker count as well. So Ling's on the way. Hydra's on the way. Couple more gateways up for VampyWorm, recognizing he does need more production based on the income that he has. And here we go. Archons, Immortals, Stalkers, Zealots. Did I say Stalkers? I did say Stalkers because there's more than one. And going after this base, just a handful of Hydras here. Some Lings trying to sneak on in. Is that a bad rally? No, it's a bad rally. Paperboat, no. Paperboat, no. All right, so Hydras here getting absolutely massacred. Yes, they're dealing damage, but they are glass cannons. And that's it. A GG from Paperboat and a GG from VampyWorm. Paperboat's defeated, and VampyWorm is victorious, winning the game for Protoss today. So you Protoss fans should be pretty happy about that one. Yeah, that was a weird game. VampyWorm's double Archon play did so well up here. Just backed into a corner, immediately got 18 kills just by absolutely massacring Zerglings. It was a beautiful play from Vampy, but unfortunately there were Lings that got inside his main base, got inside his natural base, and kind of reset the game. I really think what the key was that Paperboat forgot he had about 16 workers over there, didn't expand, sat on this one base for the longest time, and VampyWorm was allowed to get his own third up and just kind of out-macroed and won from there. So still a crazy game. Hope you enjoyed it because I know that I enjoyed casting it. And this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.